Hi everyone, this is Aman Talks, another episode of How Subscribed Are You? And I have a very special guest. Hi Nick, welcome to the show.
Hey, Aman, how are you?
Thank you so much for joining in. And guys, Nick, you are very special because not because just I know you as a person, but also you are our first international guest on the show. So we are super excited about the fact that you're joining in from Singapore. Cool.
Thank you for
Yes, and guys, so basically, Nick, of course, we are colleagues, but Nick is managing director VML Weiner Asia. He is managing director of strategy and commerce. So, in the region, he helps all the countries, all the brands building their strategy on digital, their business vision. And I think he's now super active in commerce. And I think it was pleasure watching you, Nick, speak in the commerce conference which WPP had last year in Bombay, and it was really fun session apart from the learnings which everybody had.
Cool.
So guys, yes, so guys, we are going to ask first question to Nick, now that I've given your official introduction, please tell us something which generally people don't know about you.
Okay, just a simple one. I didn't grow up knowing much about investments, which I found it a bit sad because I really have no idea about investments. So a few years ago, I started learning a little bit from my friends, and just end of last year, I felt that I need to teach my children about it. Had a huge conversation with them, and I got my daughter to install this app, which is like a fantasy trading kind of app. And in 2 months, she made 20%. That's amazing.
Already.
It's fantasy, but I think it gives us inroads to have lots of interesting conversation about the world, economy, markets. It's quite fun.
Yeah, and apart from that, if you know Nick and if you follow him on social media like I do and all of our colleagues do, we all know how much you love wine and your wine collection, which I can see in the background also. That's another interesting fact about Nick. So Nick, the next thing which I really would like to know is that how subscribed are you? Right? How many subscriptions do you have in your life? Would you like to talk about a few of them?
Sure. I think the standard stuff, a lot of us have your Netflix and Spotify. Those are standard stuff, so I won't talk too much about it. In Singapore, we have something called a Live Up program, which is a subscription where it allows you to have sort of a premium service across the board on a digital platform. So, for example, I can buy groceries with free deliveries. I can actually have Netflix at a discounted rate, and so on. So it's a sort of a consolidated, curated membership kind of thing. So that's quite nice. Another one I have is a Popsicle. Not sure if you heard of.
No,
it's an on-demand karaoke service.
Wow.
So, no, it's a subscription one. So there's this little donut that I can connect to my TV. It has mics as well. And you literally can, pair it with your mobile phone and then find a song that you want to sing, and off you go.
Wow.
And if you feel that there isn't a song in there, you could actually copy and paste a YouTube link. What will happen is that they will then go and get the correct rights and things like that to have it into their system as well. And wonderful thing is, if you have a party of like 5, 6, 7 people, there's a little party code at the top right of the screen, and everybody can install the app, put in the party code, and they can then just throw in the songs that they want to sing. So when it's their turn, you pass them the mic, and that's kind of fun.
Wow, that's amazing. That's something which new I have learned today. That sounds super interesting. But I like the way when we put on our professional hats, commerce specialist. I love the fact these guys are built a subscription, right? They knew that there is an existing market, but they also found out that how would this subscription add that value, right? The way it is so handy, the way it is so convenient, and literally I can pick up a song from anywhere, wherever I am, right, with my friends. It's amazing.
But my favorite, like you've mentioned, I'm a wine guy, right?
Yeah.
So I have wine subscriptions, not the actual products. I have a wine subscription with winesearcher.com. So what that does is it allows that platform allows me to scan bottles of wine, find out more information about wine, and allows me to find out the merchants that's closest to me that has the best prices. Okay, and I have a subscription with them to have the premium model so that I can actually see even more deals, more offers, and
Mm-hmm.
at the same time also knowing the statistics of, let's say, ratings and ranking of the wine more than 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
plus also the price trend and the
Mm-hmm.
search trend, so that I
Mm-hmm.
know how popular is this, how much people are looking for it, the price changes over the years. So there's a bit of a regression analysis there. And I find this data and information is actually extremely valuable. So I'm happy to pay for it. I'm very sure the amount I've saved just from getting the good deals
Mm-hmm.
from independent merchants is a lot more than the subscription itself.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is very interesting example because it's your favorite subscription. And I keep telling people, Nick, that there are two or three key factors which goes into building a successful subscription model. Because I speak to a lot of companies and brands, and I think that they mistake it for a distribution, right? They think it's a distribution way. I can just plug and play as one of those things on my commerce portal, right? But for example, both the examples which you have given me, and I would take the wine one. First it is giving you some value addition which you are not getting, right, as a wine connoisseur. That is very interesting. They have done their research, right? Of course there is a convenience, of course there's a convenience, right? There's a saving, there's a convenience. But the third most important thing which people also forget is also the experience, right? It's a great experience
Mm.
for you, the way they've built it, whether it is a website, whether it is a mobile, the ability to scan. And I would like your experience as a consumer, maybe put on your dual hat and talk about these three things in reference to maybe the wine example, so that people can also learn how to, if they're thinking of launching a subscription model.
I mean, as a consumer, right, I don't need to have all the tools on my hand at every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But when there is a need I will remember, oh, I have this tool. I can bring it out and use it. So I feel that sometimes brands think like they need to be in the consumer's life, from morning till night. It's not right. There's a lot more to life than, just your brand or your industry. So I think from a value perspective, really understand the consumer, that moment of truth that they need something from the brand, be it a
Mm-hmm.
product, a service, information, directions, recommendation. I think that's really the key value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, experience. Wow. If it's clumsy, you don't really want to use it. Right? I think we as consumers are extremely spoiled.
Yeah,
The last best experience you had is becoming the benchmark
the
of all
benchmark.
future experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So I think although the value is there, the content is there, the service is there, but if the experience is not ideal, it's going to be painful to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, like if I have to change my car tires because it's punctured, I will. I kid you not. Just 2 days ago, yeah, my car had a puncture, and I'm like, do I really want to, change my wheels now? Like, I've got to get the tools and everything is going to be hot and I'm going to perspire. Then I thought, let's just call the roadside assistance, okay, which I called. And apparently I have a plan that covers, either the changing of tires or towing it to the service center with no cost. I'm like, that's wonderful experience. I'll do that instead. I don't have to change wheels myself.
Super, super. Yeah, I know. You can go on speaking about experience for 1 hour also, but I think users, I mean, our audiences get a little bit of gist that why these two, three things are very important. And Nick, my final question and my favorite one, as a consumer, if you would wish for one subscription to come into your life in 2021 as an individual, as a family, what would that be?
If you know me, and for my friends who know me, I really love to host parties, having people to come over my place. Even now with COVID, I think in Singapore, I think we are a lot more blessed because I think the country is in such a situation where it's quite clean, quite healthy, security is good. So right now we can accept up to 8 guests per household.
Mm-hmm.
So I still can host parties. That's great. What I would really love is to let my wife take a rest and not be the one always cooking. So I would love to have a party subscription. So for example, I would say every month I would love to spend, let's say, 800, maybe 5 to 800 US dollars to host a party.
Mm-hmm.
And for somebody to help me think, what's the theme? What are we going to eat? Get me the food, get me the drinks, get someone to help set up the house. And after that, come and clean it up as well. So as a homeowner, I
Mm-hmm.
can just put out the money and enjoy the party in my own convenience, in my own house, with my friends. And all my friends will say, "Hey Nick, that was such a great party, wonderful team." But I'm not gonna tell them like, it's a subscription service. So that is something I really love to have, and my wife can really enjoy and not be in the kitchen all the time,
Yeah.
making sure everybody's plates are full and things like that.
Nick, because I keep seeing those lovely dishes which your wife cooks on Instagram, and of course, I would get it someday. I will also get a chance, but I'm thinking of a new model above your subscription. You have a
Okay.
subscription in the background so that your party is being hosted. I am going to put a subscription for people to pay and get a chance to be a guest at your party.
Okay. Monetizing, monetizing my house. Well done. I'll give you a cut for sure.
Nick, this was brilliant, and I think it's always a pleasure to speak to you. And thank you
Like,
so much for taking out this time and telling us how subscribed are you.
thanks, Amandeep. Next time.
Thank you.